each of us coming here we have one wish in mind, that we wanted to solve our problems, whatever it is. Yes, past Sunday, we enter a 3 months retreat. That's a tradition for our Zen lineage. During the 3 months, we are not allowed to go outside of the temple. Only if we have to, just like if we run in low in foods, then we have to go out by. Otherwise, you stay put in the temple to re-strengthen our mind. Why is that? Because we monks have problems too. We all share one commonality, that is the consciousness in which there arise 10,000 dharmas. What are the dharmas? Eye is Dharma, ear is Dharma, nose is Dharma, mouth is Dharma, body is Dharma. Emotion is Dharma. Sad, happy, regret, love, compassion, joy, greed, they're all dharmas. Where are they? They are from within us. Arise from a consciousness. Consciousness is just like an ocean. And then when there is wind, then there rise waves. Where are the waves coming from? From the oceans. Same thing. The mind with 10,000 dharmas coming out from the consciousness. And from that within, we don't know which is which. We don't discern which is which, and therefore we suffer. I remember some time ago, everywhere I turn, I see suffering. I don't try to put a negative view upon us. But look around. Very few that said, I'm happy. Why is that? Because we don't know who we are, or we don't know what we are. This is the story from the Buddha. After his enlightenment, he was walking and a little boy came to ask him, Buddha, what are you? Quite often the people would put a question upon a person would say that, who are you? But the boy asked, what are you? And the boy continued, are you a god? Buddha replied, no. Are you a human? Buddha replied, no. Then what are you? The Buddha said, I am the awakened being. The awakenment represents for the consciousness, the knowing, in which the quality each of us share right here, now. Each of us do have the quality to become awakened. It is just because of the conditional arise, and we identified ourselves to that conditioning, and therefore we suffer. And in the process of study of what we are, it's very simple that we just turn back ourselves instead of reaching outward, we reach back within to see what is going on, to realize that these 10,000 dharmas the intrinsic nature of those 10,000 dharmas. Let's see, what are they? They all share the same nature, which is the impermanence. We are all here experienced joy, sad, love, hate, greed, generosity, and so on. We experienced all of that already. Where are they as of right now? So the 10,000 dharmas, they have the nature to rise and also have the nature to fall, to go away. Experience that. Put that into the class, the micro class of introspection. Analyze that. And we can see that the intrinsic nature of dharmas are impermanent. They come and go. Even the highest quality of wholesome deeds, they also come and go. So, nothing to worry about, nothing to attach about. When trouble comes, you say, oh, troubles. And that's it. If you are an experienced meditator, you can brush it off quickly. If you don't, it might stay a little longer, but it will go away too. I guarantee you 1,000,000% for that. If one wanted to unvest all the layers of what we are, then we need an instrument. The instrument is called awareness, or called a knowing. We are sons and daughters of that which knows. Use that availability to shine from within, to see the real face of the 10,000 dharmas. And by realizing that, the transient nature of the dharmas, we are no longer suffer. It doesn't matter what kind of problems we have. We can overcome. First, you might be unskillfully overcome the problems. It might take a little bit of effort. Sometimes during a debate and it's getting heated, the best thing is that I just walk away. And if I get better, I'll stay silent. And even I get better, I say, oh, is that so? And then I brush it off and I go. We are not any younger. So we have to value what's left of us. Try to find a quality life in which the self happy and others happy too. And It feels so good inside. It feels so meaningful to be a person toward another person. How can we achieve that? Again and again, I keep saying, going back to yourself. Going back to your own mind. Look what is going on. Every success, every failure in our lives is a lesson to build a stronger foundation for later happiness. Don't be discouraged if you fail. A good fighter is the one who fails and then know that he's going to get up and fight again. And we are good fighters because you are here, you come here, you show yourself as a good fighter. You don't fight externally. You don't fight with a hoodlum on the street. You fight with your own selves. Because of winning for yourself, winning your own self is worth than 1,000 battles externally. Every time I have an unwholesome deed comes, I don't give up easily. I follow very closely. Just like with my hand and another hand that I touch. This is how close I feel. So I don't let go easily. And because of that, I don't lose control upon the problem. Until the problems begin to lose its energy and it begins to depart. And there we go. I am still here, but the defilement is gone, and I win. It's said easier than being done. In 20 battles, if you can win one at first, that's great. Don't worry about the loss of the other 19. But gradually, as you gain more strength, you gain more experience, the experience of dealing with defilements, then it becomes more easier and easier. Now it's not a fight anymore. It's just a watching. Use your awakening. Use your knowing. Use your consciousness. Just to look at it. To look what is going on in the movie from within of the mind. And again, because of the intrinsic nature of impermanence, on 10,000 dharmas, it will go away. And what left is that you would calm, clear, and peaceful mind. And gradually, the real happiness, the unconditional happiness will come. And that is the taste of Nibbana. The Nibbana is not far away. It's from within reach. How far is that? Right here. That's it. Why is that? The known is Nibbana. Consciousness is Nibbana. Stay with that instead of staying with the 10,000 dharmas. The intrinsic nature of the Nibbana, of the known, is that it only knows. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. And if we can stay with that knowing, soon enough, unconditional arise. And it's really happy from within. And you feel like you deserve to live. You deserve to be loved and to give love. Because of that, how good it feels. Any question, please?
How can I learn about 10,000 Dharma in order to have more grip, to let go and have some mastery over myself?
Very easy. The gathering mind is 10,000 Dharma. The emotion is 10,000 Dharma. The eager to study of how to let go is Dharma. So that eager, that takes you to put a question, is Dharma. Realize that. Realize everything from within. And then we see that, oh, it comes, then it goes on its own. Willy-nilly, you do it or you don't do it. It will go on its own according to its nature. So when a problem arises, stay with them long enough. Then you'll see that they will go away. Leave at you a clear, calm state of mind. We go back to our normal life. And we have a tendency to get attached to a wholesome mental state. Let's say that when we feel good, we attach to it. Oh, I feel good. But we don't realize that this is the feeling of goodness. This is how it feels for the feeling of goodness. But then when we have something troubling us, and then we try to reject this, we try to press it down. That is not the wise thing to do. We treat every mental state as equal. Good, we treat it just like, oh, this is good. Bad, we treat it just like, oh, this is bad. We don't attach to neither of them. And right there, that gonna bring about happiness. Anyone? Try to search for a question.
So it sounds like good or bad. Let's say it's just happening to you. It sounds like you go back into yourself and you observe either the good thing or the bad thing. Now, and then you said over time these things will go away and you just observe. I guess my question is, over time, I can see it going away if the cause of whatever, the good and the bad, decides, it's kind of like, what if that cause is still there and it keeps occurring, and that's a fear, but it could change, so things change all the time. So how do I just keep going back into myself and keep observing the new changes?
Well, it takes two to tango. Of course, that if we have to talk about the collective karma, then the requirements, needs is from both parties. If we're talking about individual karma, then we need to go back to ourselves to observe, to find out the cause, and to solve it. And of course, that when we're talking about collective karmas, which means two or more than two to make it collective karmas. So very much is that we're talking about individual karma. Each individuality need to take the responsibilities of what is going on from within. And then from there, give a judgment that if the action needed to be, is it necessary? Or if this action is gonna make other happy, or this action makes other unhappy. Give the judgment right there. And we decided to do it or not. Here we encounter that a lot, even those we monks. Among of us. That's why that we have rules of refrain from what need to say or what don't need to say, so we can bring about harmonies from the community, from the family, and such. And of course, if one is really, really responsible, then one needs to go back to oneself to see what's going on. It doesn't feel good when you let the destructional emotion takes charge. It doesn't feel good at all. Sometimes I'm honestly telling myself that sometimes, I use a harsh voice toward the senior monks. And every time I do that, I feel so bad for didn't win the situation. Why? Because I didn't follow myself so close. I didn't follow myself too close to make situation under control. And when it happened, I feel remorse. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. And every time, like I said, we're human. So we make, boo-boo all the times. I used to use a slogan on my own. I am perfect. I am really perfect for my imperfection. Are we all like that? Yes, we are so perfect for our imperfections. And because of that, when I made a boo-boo, I don't feel so bad. I forgive myself and I walk on. But with a promise, I try not to do it again. And that's how the process of purification is not easy. It might take all lifetimes or many, but it can be done. And again, use the tool of knowing, use the tool of awareness to find out what's going on. And then if this is unwholesome, and it could harm or it could bring sadness to others, then I will not do it. We are species who's smart enough to know which is good, which is bad. And we know for sure that if that has become a real action from speech or from physicality, and that would cause suffering, that would cause sadness to others, then we would not do it. And we are smart enough to discern what is what. Anything else?
Recently, I've learned that a consciousness, there is a term used, impression and expression. Like somebody else's feelings, whatever that can impress upon our consciousness. And then we can express through news or some other. So we have to be aware of those, not to let those impresses upon our subconscious mind or our consciousness. Otherwise we will express it.
The impression and expression is just a kind of a mental qualities, a mental factors. On the other hand, consciousness is not a mental factor. Mental factors rise from the consciousness. It's just like waves that rise from the water. So, these terms, for a while, then we get used to it, and then we know what's going on, and we know exactly the meaning of consciousness. Mind and consciousness is just like space and objects. Object stays within the space. Space embraces all objects. So consciousness embraces the impression and expression. So because of the impression you can feel, expression you can feel. And that feeling made them objects, and objects are not consciousness. So even impression or expression, we pay attention to them. Yeah, impression and expression, it has a quality of mental state. So we don't confuse between those two. Anything else? Please.
So how do we become more associated with consciousness?
You are the consciousness, because you are the products of consciousness already. So we don't have to use anything, we don't have to use any effort to show in association with the consciousness. You are the consciousness, because of the consciousness made you in a way. Yes.
So how do I realize that?
Are you aware of the touching of your hands folded together?
I'm aware of everything.
Yes, that is consciousness right there. The consciousness that knows the quality of mind, knows what's going on, the process of the sensations. Sensation you can describe, but awareness you cannot describe, and this is the reason why that we are not so familiar with it.
You seem to be familiar with the story of the two birds in the Mundaka Upanishads. There's the one bird that flits from tree, from branch to branch, busy eating the fruits of the tree, and then there's another golden bird that just watches, just looks on. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes. Yes. We should identify ourselves with the golden bird instead of the birds that hopping around.
So how do I identify myself with a golden bird?
Oh, you are the golden bird already. You are. The knowing is right there. The reason is that because of right now we dissociated ourselves with the golden bird, for not realizing that, oh, I am the golden bird. Now this one takes some time. It's not. Right now I try to share so you have a glimpse, a concept about the golden bird. But very soon that we're gonna find that out for ourselves. Like I said, that a brand new meditator who doesn't know anything, so he got an instruction. Okay, just follow an object, which is the breath, or the rise and fall of your abdomen, or the sensation in your hand and such. You follow that, and then you can experience that. But you don't discern microscopically yet. And then one keeps doing it for a while, and then one's gonna find out, oh, there is an object, and there is a knowing of an object. And then, for a while more, when we find out, oh, objects and the knowing are one. No difference. And right there, we can probably say that, oh, I am the golden bird. And it's a long journey. It's not like I explained it in half an hour and then you say, oh, I got it. No, it might take a lifetime. Or many lifetimes, many lives. But I have a strong conviction that no matter what, we're gonna be right there because of it. There's no way you can escape it. There is no way at all. Why is that? The flow of nature is going to take you there. Just a matter of sooner or later. That's it. Just a matter of sooner or later. I'm not speaking on that. I'm not speaking of that on behalf of Buddhism. No. Many religions talk about that. This story is come from Mediterranean. A very legendary in their Bibles, Nazarene. He was a trader, crossing border, bringing goods back and forth. Every time he come back, the custom officers tried to search for what he brought in because of he became rich so fast, way too fast. So they believed that he smuggled something. So every time he come to the border, they search very carefully, but they couldn't find anything. After a while, Nazarene retired. and the custom officer retired too. So he came ask Nazarin, what did you do? What did you smuggle that made you so fast? Oh, I smuggle. It's right in front of you, but you don't see it at all. What did you smuggle? I smuggle donkeys. You know, the caravan of donkeys coming back and forth. They thought that, you know, he smuggled diamond or such and such. But no, he smuggled donkeys, and donkeys are right there, right in front of the officer's eyes. But he didn't realize that. Same thing, this story has a quality of Zen story. We keep searching outward for what is called worthy. But we don't know that from within us, the worthiness from within us is the knowing, the awareness. Use that as a tool to bring happiness. And that has been proven by many saints in the past. I don't say that I can prove it for myself, but I feel that I deserve to live because I'm quite happy. I don't know why, but I guess because of the right application that made me feel happier. So even though I'm sad, I'm bored sometimes, you know, but it's not a real main concern. But overall, that I feel that myself, I'm okay. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, and it's worthwhile. It's so meaningful to me to live. May you all attain happiness, the unconditional one, the happiness from within. May you all rediscover your own awareness, your own knowing, because of the awareness is the key to open to the door of liberation, of happiness. Thank you.